Hey, good morning, everybody. It's David, Think and Act Locally. We are here with the Wisteria Project, or a few people from the organization. They're going to tell us about what it is, and we're just going to sit and have a conversation. We hope you guys enjoy. Okay, this introductions, Michelle White.
Yes.
Right? She is the creator. We'll let her talk. Usa O'Mara. She is Connor. You guys all remember Connor from Papa Yolk's video, and Heather.
Hannah.
Yeah,
you're good.
Sorry.
You're
My
fine.
mistake. It's a lot of names. So I'll just let you begin.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us about the Wisteria Project, what you do here at Michelle White's. And
Exactly. Okay. My name is Michelle White, and I am a speech pathologist. I've been in practice for approximately 25 years and been in this location for almost as long. And as part of what I do here, I work with kiddos from ages 2 to 18, generally in practice. And as this Wisteria Project is a nonprofit group that has grown out of the mission-driven work I've tried to do over the last 20-something years. And what it is I'm going to grab this from you so I can read you our mission statement.
it's yours.
Our mission is to positively impact the community by raising awareness of special needs populations, cultivating jobs, and generating sustainable prosperity for young adults with developmental disabilities through creative collaboration. So the Wisteria Project grew out of a need that I saw in our community. As kids get older and start to age out of services, Hannah is also a speech pathologist. She works here with me, and we both get the opportunity to see kiddos from a very young age, often coming to services starting when they're 2 or 3 years old. And for children that are going to need therapy long term, are going to need or have lifelong disabilities, we often are able to provide therapeutic services for a long time for them. During that time, we get to know families and get to learn, connect with families and get to know the kids really well. And what I was seeing after practicing for this long was my babies that I started with when they were 2 or 3 years old, as they got older, started aging out of services. And not only services, but more and more things started falling off for them in terms of opportunities out in the community, opportunities to connect. And it left families and their parents wondering, like, what's the next step? What is it going to look like for the kids? So approximately 7 years ago, 7 years ago, I gathered about 5 families that had been with me for a very long time. And I said, what are we going to do? And so we brainstormed and we came up with what's now known as the Wisteria Project. So I'm going to let Usa talk for a minute about how we started out and grew, and let you know kind of our beginnings, our humble beginnings.
Cool.
Okay. So like we had talked about earlier, we started with a garden because we're growing. And it did go well, but the kids weren't as into it. And so we have learned that we just need to sort of follow their lead if it's going to be successful and organic and really grow. And between the garden, then we started doing kind of markets. They were trying to sell the stuff we grew. And another group that met here were selling their things, and then other vendors from the community were coming. So that was kind of fun because we could get our message out a little bit as people were coming in for these markets, and we were doing them twice a year, I think. What did we try after that? Oh, we did a couple of talent shows. We did a play. A lot of the kids have these hidden talents, like my daughter, who does not speak, but she's fluent in music, so she could perform and be noticed or recognized that way. So a lot of our friends had that similarity. That brought people in from the community. Still wasn't everyone.
The piece we were looking for.
Yeah. And I guess the truck just showed up.
Kind of organically
maybe.
showed up. So everything we've tried to do, so it's been definitely a mission-driven project from the very beginning to see what was going to stick and what was going to work. And so what we really believe is we do let the kids take the lead in the sense of, like, we're following what works best for them and what makes them feel,
right, f
feel not only safe but included. And our biggest mission is doing purpose-driven
Yes.
work. We want purpose-driven work.
Like
Not
to
just
determine
task,
if it's
not just
meaningful.
task and meaningful
I can't
work.
determine
Yes.
that, but I can by their
We have
by
to step back
observing
and let
them
them.
and
Yes.
such. And so sometimes I think that's a hard piece for a lot of people, that it takes patience and time, and we've been doing it a long time, and so it took a really long time to
Yeah.
get here. But once it did, it was like we all just looked at each other and go,
This is what we're doing.
"This is it."
what we're
They
doing.
were just
Yeah.
have never been more excited to come to work every single day. They're a true team, a true family. They're always laughing and working hard together, and it's not like work anymore.
I was about to say, anybody who doesn't quite know what we do and they come and see our group, they leave and they
understand.
say,
Oh my gosh,
I get
it's
it now.
amazing.
I get it now. They're so, our group is so proud to be working and being together, and
Yeah.
people understand it when they leave.
Okay.
So what we started from has grown over the years. And what Us is speaking to is, and I'll tell you real quick where Wisteria Project, the actual name, came from, because I think it's important. And Wisteria is our Wisteria group. What a Wisteria plant is it's a plant that takes a long time to bloom, but when it does bloom, it's beautiful. And the next piece of that is Wisteria is a vine, and it's a vine that can't grow without support. It can't survive without support. And so the Wisteria plant represented beautifully what we were trying to do, which was not only give these kids time to grow into the like beautiful people that they were, but also provide that support along the way in a safe environment to give them meaningful and purposeful work. So it took some trial and error.
Mhm.
It took some trial and error, and some things worked and some things didn't, and that's great because that's how things grow.
Yeah.
And as we've grown, 2 years ago, approximately a year and a half ago, we decided to do a wild adventure. And we said, well, what do these kids do? What is it? What is their natural skill? What do we not even have to teach them to do? And what they do is they choose kind. That's why our shirts say that.
Okay.
Not only do they choose kind, they spread kindness and joy no matter where they go. And so we wanted to tap into that. Like, what does that look like? And so we said, well, what makes people happy, right?
Yeah.
Like, what makes people happy? We were like, the kids were like, ice cream. Ice cream makes people happy. Cookies make people, snacks make people happy,
Yeah.
right? So we were like, okay, snacks we can do. My therapy background came into play, and I thought, well, what is something that we can teach the kids to do themselves? Because it's super important to me that it be their work. And as a therapist, I know a sequencing activity works well. So I thought, let's make a hokey pokey. Let's make a sandwich. Let's make an ice cream sandwich. So we made a cookie. You fill it, you put a cookie on top, and you package it. And everybody could do that. Everybody could participate, no matter what their ability level. And we made something cute and fun. And so we thought, okay, this is fun. This could work. The kids enjoyed it. They enjoyed the baking. Baking's a great teaching opportunity. They enjoyed the sequencing and putting things together. And they enjoyed being able to hand somebody something that brought them happiness and brought them joy. So we started making ice cream sandwiches, and we decided that was going to be our mission. That was going to be our job. That was our job we were plugging the kids into. And again, Google was my friend, and I looked up silly names for an ice cream sandwich. And the original name of the ice cream sandwich over in England, there used to be a guy that pushed a cart. And when the ice cream sandwiches were ready, he would say, "Okie dokie," and people would scream back, "Hokey Pokey."
Okay.
And I said, well, hokey pokey, I can do the hokey pokey. You can do the hokey pokey.
That is what it's
Connor, can you do the hokey pokey?
Yes, I can.
Yes. And Connor can really do the hokey pokey. And so we called our little sandwiches hokey pokies. And then we realized that after each step in the hokey pokey, you decide that's what it's all about. And so our logo or motto or whatever you call it is the kids hand people sandwiches and they say that's what it's all about. And it really is what it's all about. And so we bought a really old food truck and we put a crazy little model on it and whimsical little fun ice cream truck. And we decided that what we would do is take our young adults out into the community to not only spread joy and spread kindness and spread happiness, but also to give them the opportunity for people to see them differently, to see them in a purposeful, meaningful role, and see all that they can do. And we have a precious little Facebook page, and the video. And when you watch the videos of these kids going to places and spreading that kind of joy, you understand really what it's all about. And Connor's a big member. He's a really important part of our team. He's the music guy. He runs music.
DJ.
He's our DJ. He has a playlist. He has Hokey Pokey playlist.
I do have it with some like kiddie music.
Connor, what do you think about the Hokey Pokey plan or what we do?
It looks good. Still needs a lot of work to be done on the truck before I can be allowed to drive it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do have a driver that drives the truck. That is true. But Connor's in charge of the music, and we bring music. What else do we bring when we take the truck out?
The generator.
Mm-hmm.
The Hokey Pokeys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you do with the Hokey Pokeys? What's your job besides music for putting together
the jar?
I mean, when we're baking and stuff, what team are you on?
A team and I.
What do you make?
We make cream filling.
You make the cream filling.
Mm-hmm.
Now that and because the ice cream would get yellow.
We had to switch. We switched recipes.
We switched recipes because we
Uh-huh.
keep improving on our recipes.
That's right.
He's exactly right,
Yeah.
and he's a part of that. He's a part of our team, and we're a small but mighty group. And the coolest part I think that we've had the opportunity to see is we don't really just like take our little truck to markets and things like that. We're more about going to community outreach and. For example, next month we're going to be going to the bridge and providing things there for a little birthday party that they're doing there.
I'm not familiar with the bridge. What is
it's a shelter for women. It's a women's shelter for women and children. And so we're going to go there and do that. We've done police appreciation days at the police departments. We've gone into the schools and done teacher appreciation on the different campuses for that, so that they have that. What's our other?
Well, and they've also gone out in the community aside from Wisteria, so they've gone and packaged.
Oh yes,
bags for Jane Around the World, like man bags that they then hand out to the homeless population.
Yeah,
and
we've worked with Clothed by Faith, and done clothing drives for them. And so, what I want them to understand is the work they do gives back to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the focus is not let's make things super easy for them. Let's not challenge them. Let's just give them something that they can do. It's something that they know and understand that everybody has struggles. Everybody has things that are hard for them. Everybody has challenges, just like you do. So use your gifts and talents to make the world a better place.
Yeah, to help others.
And that's all we're trying to do, is provide an opportunity for that. And if it takes a little truck to do that, that's okay. We can do that.
Okay.
Silly little
So
truck.
you guys have an event coming up soon, right?
We do, yes.
Okay. When is
we have a pop-up on Tuesday.
Yeah, so we have a pop-up on Tuesday
here.
Okay.
Here at my facility. We have a lot of kids that come in and out, so it should be a pretty fun
What
little
time?
pop-up. And it's going to be at noon on this next Tuesday.
is it outside?
And it'll be outside.
Be
Yeah,
outside?
and in front of the building. The little truck will be there, and we'll be dancing, and there will be bubbles and fun and joy
Hokey Pokeys,
and
yeah.
Hokey Pokeys.
Okay. And this is actually Pasadena, right?
This is Deer Park.
This is Deer Park.
Mhm, mhm.
Do you know where? I don't
The
know. It
line
seems
is?
like-
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's just
know where
the line's just that way. I think. Yeah, it's just
it's
that
not
way.
very far.
So we're actually here in Deer Park. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that it matters because we
Yeah.
cover everything in
Yeah,
Pasadena, Deer
yeah,
Park,
yeah.
whatever. Everything is
Yeah.
local.
Yeah.
So you guys out there Tuesday
Yeah.
noon, Michelle White's.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah.
Pasadena Boulevard for
Mhm.
those of you that don't know, between Center and what would you say, like Red Bluff
Yes.
down
Yeah,
there
4410.
4410 Pasadena Boulevard.
by the old Hobby Lobby and stuff, kind of down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what else do you want to tell us about what you guys are doing here? Sounds like a great project. Connor,
Yeah.
what do you think?
It does. The project looks good.
I agree. Is that your little mascot?
You want to
over
go
there?
get him, Connor? Go get. Can you
Hokey.
go get him? Can you go get Hokey?
The stuffed pokey.
Oh,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's
I
our,
just
that's
now
our
put it
little-
together. That's what one of them looks like.
Yeah.
Yes, the chocolate chip.
Okay,
Chocolate chip
Yeah.
one.
Yep, that's our little
Not quite
mascot.
as-
That's Hokey.
that's cool.
That's Hokey. He comes and hangs out at our pit events. Don't worry, Hokey will be there. There'll be a Hokey there.
Yeah, we'll come to the event too. We'll come and get some hokey
Yeah,
pokey.
we'll be super excited to have you guys. And again, we're just kind of right now we're just a little truck on a mission to like spread joy and kindness in the community and promote awareness. And I think there's something to just giving them space to show up for other people. And
No,
that's
that's
what Wisteria Project's all about.
And creating opportunities for them to be able to thrive. I think it's an excellent project. I had no idea. So hopefully, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that aren't aware, and
Yeah.
we can come out as a community and support in any and every way.
Absolutely.
You know?
We'd love that. We'd love that. We have a pretty awesome crew. I can't wait to see you guys on Tuesday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Anything that we didn't hit? Connor, you got anything to say in closing?
think we're
Something you want to tell the folks?
What do we say when we hand out the Hokey Pokeys? Tell them that.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing with us today. Everybody out there, remember, think and act locally. Go out and make it a great day.